After 35 long years, it has finally been done. The Benns have defeated the Eubanks. Conor Benn absolutely dismantled Chris Eubank Jr. in an astonishing performance. He dominated every second of every round, and he even got a knockdown in the last round of the fight. Conor Benn could not have played his cards any better. This was a completely different Conor Benn and a completely different Chris Eubank Jr. I don't know who showed up to this fight today because this was not these were not the same two guys we saw in the first fight. Even from the walkout, Ben was enjoying himself. In the first fight, he was more, menacing, making a face, marching up and down, just trying to thinking about the egg slap over and over in his head, thinking about taking the head off of Eubank, knocking him out. But this time he was bouncing around, he was jumping up and down, fist bumping the drummers. And honestly, I thought from the entrances that, Eubank is going to struggle this time. Conor Benn's not looking as angry this time, he's looking more prepared. I think he might use a different approach. But I did not. I had no earthly idea that Conor Benn was going to smash him like that.
Pause.
In the first fight, we saw a much more active Chris Eubank Jr. Much more active. In this fight, Jr. barely threw anything. His jab wasn't there. He was winging punches over Conor Benn's head that Conor Benn just ducked with ease. And Ben was taking his time. He was taking his time. He was picking his shots well. And he was draining Chris Eubank Jr. with great body shots throughout the fight. At the weigh-ins, Conor Benn actually weighed him more than Chris Eubank Jr. by 0.2 pounds, which I think really played well into the game plan of Conor Benn in this fight. The extra weight of Ben might have had something to do with it. Maybe Chris Eubank Jr. had a horrible... Maybe the weight cut got to him this time. I don't know what happened, but Chris Eubank Jr. was not there. But I'm not trying to take away from the performance of Conor Benn. We'll get to that. But Chris Eubank was just not there tonight. On the flip side, Conor Benn put a masterful performance in there. His jab was pristine. He was picking his shots well. The bodywork was there. Everything was there tonight for Conor Benn. The power was there as well. Chris Eubank Jr. felt the power. Conor Benn was just eating the shots of Chris Eubank Jr. Round 12, he gets the knockdown. He has two knockdowns actually, and it was just easy goings for Conor Benn. Really easy. He won pretty much every single round. The only round you could really argue is round 3, and even that was more of a Conor Benn round. Conor Benn absolutely smoked Chris Eubank Jr. this fight. There's no other way of putting it. And I decided to spend 25 quid on the pay-per-view this time. And so it really stings because I thought we were going to get another war, but Chris Eubank Jr. didn't turn up. So I'm a little bit upset that Chris Eubank Jr. didn't show up, and that's why I'm emphasising it so much. I'm never buying another pay-per-view ever again. Chris Eubank was going for takedowns all night as well. He kept trying to initiate a clinch. If this was MMA, honestly, Conor Benn would have been in trouble with the amount of takedowns Chris Eubank was going for. He was like Marab out there. Non-stop takedown attempts. Just dipping his head into Conor Benn, trying to escape. But even after the fight, Chris Eubank Jr. mentioned the power was there tonight for Conor Benn. And he couldn't deal with it tonight. He just could not deal with the power and the speed of Conor Benn. And that's a dangerous combo. Moving forwards, I think Conor Benn, he's going to go after those big 147 fights. He mentioned it afterwards. Rolly Romero, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. There's one more name. I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the world champion he was going after. I think it was Mario Barrios. I'm really not sure. I think Conor Benn is the new face of UK boxing, especially at the lower weight classes. And I think all those Americans, all those Yanks, as Conor Benn put it, they're in deep, deep trouble. And I can't wait for Conor Benn to smoke absolutely every single one of them. Those are my thoughts. What do you think of the fight? What a performance from Chris Eubank Jr. What a performance from Conor Benn that was.